No bye, no aloha. Gone with a rock promoter.
So you watched your first episode of The Simpsons the other day. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. There was like a marathon on or something. Is that what?
It's on FFXX. They fucking just play the. I think they just play the whole season now. They just do the old ones and everything. Fucking, but it was the one where Mo, like, the health inspector is his homie,
Yeah.
and then like he always comes by and the place is like a piece of shit, and then his homie fucking is like, oh, I'm gonna give it a pass, and then he literally like takes a drink and then fucking dies.
Oh shit.
And then like the new health inspector comes and like shuts the place down, and then like Homer has to like give the mortgage back. They just pay it, dude. I don't know, man, because I don't watch the fucking.
This sounds
show.
like-
That's
this
the only
sounds like,
episode I've seen. It may have been newer.
Sounds like it. Did the animation look similar to the movie, or did it look more crude?
No, there wasn't like a bunch of shading. I feel like the movie had like shading and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah. It was all
where it's,
digital.
like, all fancy for
Yeah.
the theater, but I don't know. Simpsons animation's always been simple, pretty like laid back until the movie. I feel like even the new episodes are pretty.
I'm gonna look it up afterwards because I don't remember that one, and I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode, but anything past season 14, 15, I've probably only seen each of those episodes just once.
Mm.
But seasons 1 through 10, or maybe even up to 13, I've seen those each probably 15, 20 times each. Like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I'm like sitting there watching it and like saying
Yeah.
the words along with them, you know?
I mean, I feel like I have shows like that, but fuck. I don't fuck like, cause like I feel like I'm like that with South Park, but then there'll be an old episode of South Park on. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
see, I was just telling my buddy the other day, I was like, I really like to, so I was playing Family Guy season 1,
Yeah.
and I was like, I really like to go back once the show's been on for a long time and
And
watch the
see.
first season.
Yeah.
And like in season 1, Mila Kunis wasn't doing the voice of Meg yet.
Yeah.
It was like at
it
least
was someone else.
Yeah, it was at least a couple episodes or a few before. And just like see those differences. It's, I don't know.
It's weird, and then the whole like the way they change the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Cause it's like Stewie from.
Yeah. Quite a bit different.
Dude, what? They just made him like gay. What?
Wait, literally they did that?
Well, I mean, they started like hinting at it with his whole like teddy bear. You know, he'd always be like, "Oh, Rupert," and then he started just getting more and more like,
Oh,
and then all
wow.
of a sudden he was just like, yeah, he didn't want to kill Lois anymore. He was just gay.
That's funny. Yeah. I didn't
But
really
like, whatever, it was sick.
I didn't really keep up with Family Guy.
I like Family Guy, but some of the new shit, some of those random like bits where they just like, oh, it's like a blah 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 doing a blah blah blah, and it cuts to something. Some of those are just like,
Yeah.
the fuck was that?
They basically I feel like, well, South Park did the thing about how Simpsons did it first, and they kind of like
Yeah.
blew that up, which is, it's cool that they did that because it's also super true. You look at wasn't there a Family Guy episode where Lois has a gambling problem?
Yeah.
Mark-
I don't know if it's Oh yeah, I think so. Gambling, or she's shoplifting or something. There's one where she's like shoplifting and she's a kleptomaniac.
Because there's definitely in The Simpsons, Marge has a gambling problem in an episode, and then there's certain things that they'll do, and I'm like, Simpsons did that, but whatever. I mean, it's kind of, I'm not sure if they're doing it on purpose or not.
I mean, I feel like you could look at a lot of different TV shows and fucking just be like, oh, it's like the same shit with different cast of characters. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about, is just the cast of characters. Because any fucking sitcom is like, oh, this guy, and this guy, and
Yeah.
the girl.
Yeah.
What happens when you put them together?
No doubt,
You
no
know?
doubt.
So it's like, there's that baseline, but it's just about the characters and I guess the location.
Yeah.
Different for fucking cartoons, though.
Absolutely. I mean, then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You can have a talking dog, and you can have a fucking whatever.
Exactly.
But like even with when they did American Dad, I was like, they're doing Family Guy again. They're just putting.
Yeah.
They're just the
It's
dog
the-
is now a fish, and then instead of a this, it's a that. But it's
Yeah,
it's just
and like it's kind of like, oh, he's Peter. He's pretty stupid still, but he's in the fucking CIA.
yeah.
I never was down with American Dad, but I've seen a few episodes and been like, this is kind of funnier than Family Guy.
You think so?
But I don't know because Seth MacFarlane's so fucking hit or miss. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
because he fucking tried the Cleveland show.
That was
Which-
terrible. I thought.
I mean, cool, but like, I don't know. Cleveland was never like a fucking dude. Give that character a fucking sideshow.
No, absolutely not. And then they just did the same exact thing as Family Guy, though. They gave him the family.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah. That was ridiculous. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But I don't really keep up with newer shows like that in my mind are just, they're just doing the Simpsons thing, but more crude, or more crass, rather, not crude, but like just because they can. Just because like they can get away
It's
with.
different too with Family Guy when you see the early seasons where they were on just like Adult Swim versus when they were picked up by Fox.
Was it really just on Adult Swim at first?
I think so, or like TBS or some shit. But
I
like
wonder. I
the
thought it was
episodes from the beginning, Fox wouldn't have been done with that shit. I don't
think so?
I don't think so. I don't know. Everything's
not
weird
sure.
with corporations because like Fox is like owned by Disney now, right?
Is it? I don't even know. Honestly.
I don't know, man.
I know that. Is it? So, the only reason I would know was because of
The Marvel shit.
Yeah,
All of
that's what I
that.
was thinking about.
Which Spider-Man? What the fuck's going on there?
I liked that last Spider-Man.
Yeah, but did you hear all that new shit with Spider-Man?
What's that?
No.
What's that?
Fucking like I guess fucking Sony still kind of was in agreements with
Yeah,
it, and then
yeah.
like now they're just like fuck you Marvel, like
They're taking it back.
yeah, we're taking him back. He can't be part of the MCU anymore.
Whoa.
So like I guess like it's still Tom Holland as him, but it's gonna be Sony now, and it's not, you can't tie it, which is fucked because the last one, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
fucking like they left it on such a cliffhanger where it's like you need to continue it in this universe.
Absolutely. God,
And you're just gonna
what are they gonna-
fucking. And it fucking it was it was the highest grossing Sony movie. It beat like the
Really?
last one. It wasn't even a Marvel. Like it beat whatever held the record. It beat it. It was the highest grossing one, and they were just like, yeah, well, we can handle this. Like, oh, okay, we got it. But then, like, I don't know. There's so many sides of it. Now it's like, oh, maybe it was Disney's fault because they were bullying Sony. I don't know. It's in fucking corporations' hands. It's just all reading
Well,
shit on the
thing-
internet
It should just be
and memes. I just see
the
memes.
stories. Yeah, the stories are already written. They should just kind of stick to them.
Yeah.
They've been written. You know what I mean? Like all of that Infinity War and all the like those stories were written years and years
Yeah.
ago. Like
They
all they
just
need
have
to
to
do is
twist
just
it.
not fuck it up.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because it's like that was Stan Lee's like. That's his favorite
Spider-Man.
creation, Spider-Man. That's
Yeah.
his baby, and he was saying like Tom Holland's the best, like everything before his
Damn,
passing.
really?
Like he was so happy with Spider-Man, and like I don't know, all differences aside, like respect that. Like I don't know, how much fucking millions and billions do you fucking need?
I love Spider-Man. He's probably my favorite of all superheroes as well.
Spider-Man was actually like I used to fucking read comics. Spider-Man was one of them. Spider-Man, Batman, and fucking Spawn.
Oh,
was
wow.
fucking- I would go to Goodwill and look for comics, and the fucking one right
Yeah.
Kaimaki. Every time I'm in Kaimaki, I stop at the fucking comic store. And Deadpool. Fucking love Deadpool.
Dude, I would always when I was a kid, I would get them from the library, and they would have the trades. So like
Ooh.
the big thick book that would
Just had everything.
Mm-hmm. That was the shit. I love that.
Yeah.
There's so many books that I remember I would always borrow the same books over and over. It was like How to Draw the Simpsons. And then it was like Spider-Man, X-Men, like the old, like the first rounds.
Dude, you know what's funny? I had a book growing up with The Simpsons, where it was a Simpsons book, but I never watched The Simpsons. But I had this book, and this book I fucking like lived kind of my childhood shit. Buy this shit.
Was it Bart's Guide to Life?
Yes, I had it.
I had that.
You had
too,
it,
yeah.
dude. That
I
shit
kinda
was
want that
fucking
again.
good. No, I had it for so long where it started like the spine broke off and like I don't know if I sold it or I still have it somewhere tucked away.
That's funny.
But dude, I lived that shit. Like I was
Yep.
like, oh, this fucking how to cheat in school? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck yeah.
That's so funny. Oh man. So you're starting you're doing this cover band thing, right? Like a bunch of us are all doing this show that
Hopefully,
Kat's doing.
man. Poser Fest sounds sick.
So you haven't
We haven't done
you haven't
practice
practiced
yet. We just set in stone practice. Like literally before I got here, we were in a group
Nice.
chat, and we're gonna hopefully practice. Fucking me and the Common Dandies
Nice.
doing that Limp Biscuit.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
pumped about it.
fucking-
I think that's gonna be super. Well, first of all, those guys are shredders. So
yeah, fucking insane.
I don't know
I
if-
love them.
I'm trying to think like how hard Limp Bizkit guitar parts really are. I don't think they're
I
probably
don't.
that bad.
I don't know if they're in standard tuning or if they're in something else.
7-string.
Oh,
He played a 7-string,
interesting.
but
I like watched a live like just the other night because I've been practicing like the vocals and like listening to the fucking studio versions. But I was like, oh, I wonder how they look live. And I watched the Woodstock like break stuff one, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that's fucking lit.
it's like
what they suck.
this is pretty sick.
Oh, it was good.
I mean, it's fucking sick. The crowd is insanity.
yeah.
But like, I was like, they just look like they're chilling.
I watched this shit on my Scrambler.
But fuck.
Dude, I remember watching I remember watching that Woodstock. Was it 99? Is that
Yeah,
right?
99.
Yep, I remember that.
The
for
sickest part
sure.
is at the end of the video. There's like they got the crowd's
Yeah.
like crowd surfing the fucking plywood, and like there's two guys just standing on it like fuck yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was a
And the crowd is
time.
fucking huge.
It was ridiculous. I wouldn't want to be in that crowd at all.
No, it was like the heavy part, and they're just like I like you can pick out little fucking Where's Waldo people like just fucking beating the shit out of each other,
Oh my god. Yeah.
and they're
I
all
just-
shirtless.
Yeah.
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Massive.
Didn't see a
massive
single
pits.
goddamn shirt. Just the fucking tank top on Fred Durst. No, it was a
Dude.
DC shirt actually. It
Ugh.
wasn't a tank top.
God, garbage. There was a good little bit of time where me and my buddy would listen to a lot of Limp Bizkit working in the kitchen at Downbeat when we first opened, and he just texted me this morning this video, and it's this guy. I was gonna show it to you before we started, but I'll show it to you after. It's this guy who he does guitar, bass, drums, and sings, and he films
Uh-huh.
each one separately.
Oh, okay.
And he does Limp Bizkit, but in a pop punk style.
Oh, okay.
And it's
that seems
fucking-
like pretty.
It's funny. It's just like, I don't know. It just looked like he probably just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna
I'm
do this
fucking
thing. And like,
bored.
yeah. But it was funny, and I woke up to that today, and I was like, oh, look at that, fucking some Limp Bizkit shit.
Fucking. Yeah, I'm stoked. 'Cause
That should be fun.
You're doing Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
Sick.
So it's
Who else is doing it with you?
I don't know if you know Blaine from Shipwrecks, and he's the owner of Osoyami.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brian Kim from Black Square, Dave Garvin from Superfucked and from Smits, and then Kaliko from he was in.
Are you
like-
just doing vocals?
I'm singing, yeah.
Well, are you gonna try and go all high pitched and shit?
So we had to.
There was a time and place where I never knew.
I'm singing it in a lower register,
Yeah.
but then we have to move all the songs up a key or two, so that
Okay.
so I'm like dropping it down, and then singing a little
Oh,
higher.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm stoked on that one.
Yeah, that should be fun.
'Cause
It's been
Newfound
going
Glory,
pretty.
that was the first concert I went to at the waterfront.
I was there.
Yeah,
I remember that show.
didn't know. We have never met.
How old were you then?
Fucking high school, dude.
Yeah.
I think I was in sophomore year of high school or junior. One of those two.
That was your first.
That was my
concert
first
ever.
concert. And then like there was only 2 shows at the waterfront I went to. I went to that and Cake.
Damn, I never went to Cake.
Bro,
I heard
that
they were
was
pretty good though.
I fucking went by myself because I was supposed to meet up with 2 friends that were like, "Yeah, Cake, fuck yeah. Cake's coming up. Let's get tickets, blah blah blah." And I was in high school, so like we're like, "Yeah, the plan's set in stone." I didn't really go out and do shit, so I was like, "Okay, we're going to do it." I like literally catch the bus there and everything.
They don't
Not
show up at all.
Yeah, yeah. I called them on the walking on the way there, and they're like, "No." They were with each other, 2 separate friends. And they're just like, oh shit, that's tonight? And I'm already like, fuck you guys.
Damn.
Like, they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, hang up, so mad.
Screw it. I'm going
I went, fucking, they played 2 hours, no opener. They did a weird, like, 20-minute intermission where they gave away a tree, but, like, they fucking
Gave
killed
away
it.
a tree?
Yeah, I know. It
Like
was
in a bag? With
like a fucking small orange tree in like a pot, and they were like, "We're gonna give this away, and you can plant it and have an orange tree." It was like
That's
so fucking.
It's kind of
It
cool.
was cool, but it was like,
interesting.
all right,
The last
how long
show,
is this gonna take?
last show I went to at the waterfront was fucking Nelly. That was the shit.
What the fuck? When was
Yeah.
that?
That was like...
Nelly.
Man, when was that?
Did he have a Band-Aid on?
Within the last 2 years. He was wearing like a fucking an old school Nuggets jersey, and he's buff as fuck now. I feel like he
Really?
used to be skinny back in the day.
Yeah, he was a smaller dude. When
But-
he was in Longest Yard, he was like the running back because he was like smaller dude.
He played almost everything I wanted to hear, but he didn't play Pimp Juice.
I
and
love the
really
Longest
bummed.
Yard, dude. Fucking, dude, what's the thing with the Band-Aid was like he was wearing it until his cousin got out of jail or some shit, right?
I don't know why he was wearing it. I just knew that was his thing. I guess I missed that part.
I don't know. I think there was a reason. My boss has told me several times, and I'm like, really? And then like, I guess he stopped, and he started doing country music for a while.
Nelly?
Yeah, Nelly.
I didn't really. I guess I didn't really keep up with him.
I don't know. Well,
like
I
the
didn't-
first two albums, I really liked.
And
then-
fucking
Country Grammar.
Country Grammar is fucking amazing,
And then
Nellyville.
Nellyville.
Yeah,
Nellyville.
Nellyville's good, but I also had
Mm.
fucking Nelly Suit and Nelly Sweat on CD set from Costco. Growing up, my dad and me would fucking jam.
I never listened to that.
What?
So your dad got you into hip hop?
I don't know. My dad got me into all the kind of music. Not really hip hop, more so like doo-wop and fucking old shit, like Led Zeppelin, rock, like old shit he used to listen to. And then hip hop was like, fuck. I think my uncle who lived next door to me fucking gave me a CD, and it was Eminem's Curtain Call at the time, his greatest hits. And I just
Oh,
burned
damn.
that to my fucking computer, put that on my MP3 player.
So you like actually dove deep and like went backwards, right? Because you would have, if that's when you started listening to that kind of music, like damn,
I was in like 3rd grade,
damn,
I think.
that's fucking crazy. I was in high school when Eminem
yeah,
started.
and I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. It was fucking. I was in 3rd grade when I like learned how to fucking like swear from like
Yeah,
South Park and
yeah.
shit. Cause my same uncle next door gave me the fucking South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut movie.
Oh my god.
He had a bunch of VHS of like 3 movies taped
Yep.
on one. Like he had everything, and then now he has the DVDs. Dude, he had fucking everything. Everything.
You just like
He was
pay-per-view it and record
Netflix
it.
before there was goddamn
Yeah,
Netflix,
yeah.
dude. He's probably better than Netflix still now. He's got the classics. Like I could go walk over and get anything.
I had a friend like that I would
So
borrow
sick.
tapes from. Yeah, it'd always be the 3. It'd always be 3 on
There's
1.
3 on 1 and then
What's that?
6-hour mode.
Yep, dude.
6-hour mode.
Yeah.
There's the weirdest combos too. Sometimes they weren't really, you know, it would be like Jet Li's Kiss of the Dragon, fucking
Little Mermaid.
no, The Replacements, Keanu Reeves, the
Okay,
football movie.
yeah.
That was one I always watched, and I saw it on TV the other day, and I was like, "This movie fucking blows."
Oh, really? Damn, what is... I would say, like, it's like some of my old school favorite movies that I would watch, but nobody's ever heard of. I wonder if BBJ has even heard of it. This movie called Stay Tuned with John Ritter.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Stay tuned.
Dude, that movie is fucking rad. Yeah. They spoof Wayne's World in it.
Huh.
I feel like it holds up. I think maybe it holds up. I don't know. I haven't watched it in several years, but I used to rent it from Blockbuster all the time.
Dude, Blockbuster was the jam.
At least you remember Blockbuster.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still in a generation that remembers shit that wasn't, you know, because I still remember getting a fucking computer.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know the fucking internet and shit's been around for a while, but, like, I don't know, actually getting a fucking computer and, like, not knowing how to clear the history and shit.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's always a thing. I feel like nowadays
Yep.
it's pretty easy,
Yep.
but, like,
Yep.
at first,
Yeah, yeah.
this was before Mac was even, like, you know, I had a fucking it was before Macs were so easy.
Yeah.
And everything's like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I couldn't even
It's
figure out
weird.
how to get onto the internet for a while when I had a computer.
And I still had VHS. I remember switching to a DVD and being like, "Whoa,
My
we
first
got a DVD player."
I got I got for my birthday one year a PlayStation 2, and the main
Oh.
reason I got it was because I just wanted to have a DVD player,
Mm.
and it also played DVDs. So I'd
I
play like a
had-
couple games, but
I used to game out
a lot.
a lot. I had PlayStation 1 for the longest time. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then I jumped to 360 in middle school because all my friends had a 360.
I never went
And it
past
was all about
PlayStation
Nazi
2.
zombies and shit. But when I was growing up, it was PlayStation 1, fucking Crash Bandicoot,
Yeah.
fucking... Dude, I had like the Die Hard game, like with the gun that you point at the TV.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. It was fucking lit.
The only thing I would ever play was Tony Hawk.
I had all the fucking Tony Hawks
That's all I
too.
would play.
And then once the PS2, I was like, oh, they're making sicker games, like, you know. And then I don't know why, I just fucking jumped on the bandwagon of 360.
I can't even do it. I can't.
I don't have like.
I'll
I have a
try.
one, but it was like my little brother's. It's just in the living room now. But I don't have time for that shit now.
Yeah. I have a
Red Dead. When it first came out, the new one,
Oh yeah.
I lost a lot of my fucking time to that.
Really?
But like I played it and like, dude.
Is it like all
Well,
typed
like
up to
for the
be?
first when it first came out, only the story mode was available.
Okay.
But the story mode was fucking amazing, and I actually had both Red Deads before it, even Red Dead Revolver, which was PS2, like all unrelated. The last one's kind of related, but like the Red Dead 2 story was just like fucking Hateful Eight kind of vibe, like.
Mhm.
Just I don't know. It was just fucking amazing. The graphics were sick. The in-game shit was sick. And then like once multiplayer came out, it was like, oh, I can play with my friends, kind of like GTA Western, sick.
Yeah.
And like at first it was wanky, and like now they're adding updates that are sick. But I played it. I feel like I played it to its max
Yeah.
until new updates, and if I have fucking time. But I try not to just sit down and fucking like. It's usually just an after work thing.
The funny thing is, like, I
Just
haven't
eat
played.
pizza rolls.
I haven't really played video games in a while, but I have this little. You know what the Raspberry Pi is? Have you ever heard of these? It's basically like a computer that's like the size of
Oh.
a cigarette box.
And it has all the old shit.
Yeah.
You can like plug in. Dude,
my buddy set me up one, and so it's got everything from like old school like Atari to NES, like the original Super Nintendo.
Oh, you can switch consoles and shit.
Yeah.
My boss, I was at his house, and fucking we like chilling shit, and like, dude, he was showing me like all the old school shit, like the old like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yep.
arcades, the Simpsons one.
Yep. Both of those.
Yeah, it was fucking dope.
It's rad. I love
Those
it.
ones are sick. If you can just plug in and like pick, that's like what you want.
But the funny thing is, I kind of find myself like when I plug it in, I'll kind of scroll through it, and I'll be like, damn, like 20, 30 minutes has passed. I haven't played a single
Oh,
game. I'm just
yeah.
like looking
Well,
at games and being like, oh yeah, I remember
that's
that.
easy to do
oh
though.
yeah, I remember that.
fucking do that with Netflix.
Me too.
I'll sit down and literally scroll for like 30 minutes and be like, am I going to watch anything on this goddamn thing? Or am I going to just fucking look at pictures and then go to YouTube?
That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, I do that. And I just like eat and fucking, oh, I've seen this. Don't want to watch this. Fuck this show.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way the Netflix like browsing thing is set up is kind of shitty.
I just wish that, man, I wish they would make.
Just make a big list of the fucking movies that you have. Because if you search in depth, you're like, oh shit, they have this movie?
Yeah. It would be cool if everything was just in alphabetical order, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if there was an option for that, because
Or
then,
if you click genres, they didn't just show you bullshit.
yeah, what they do is right, like they try to like give you things that they think you're gonna like based on what you've watched already.
Yeah.
So there's been a few things that I wanted to watch and I had to kind of dig for, like you ever see that show Snowfall?
Dude, my dad watches it, and he's always like, I fucking recorded it, and I just haven't watched it from the beginning, so I'm like, dude, I don't want to, like, fucking spoil the whole thing.
That show.
Because I've just
Oh.
sat down and watched episodes with him, like, newer ones, and I'm like, fuck, this is gnarly. But, like, that's probably a main character that's been around this whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, it's like, yeah, but I love shows like that.
So that show's great, and then
But I also fucking just end up watching shows like, oh, I have a day off? I'll watch the entire goddamn season.
yeah,
Sure.
for sure. Especially that show too, because that show is fucking really
It's
good.
fucking heavy from what I've seen.
But on Netflix they have the story on what that show is based on really is this guy Freeway Rick Ross, who the rapper stole his name from.
Oh no way.
And he was this guy who basically introduced crack into South Central in like 1983, I think. And but you can find his story on Netflix. But that was one I had to search for. My buddy was telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to fucking watch that." And he got locked up. He was supposed to be locked up for life, and somehow he ended up getting out of jail. I don't remember how. I don't know if I missed that part or if they just didn't talk about it, but
he just had like parole or some shit.
but basically he gets out, and then he finds out like the rapper Rick Ross has taken his name and kind of like taken his street credit and like used that shit, right? Like crazy
That's the
shit.
funniest shit ever. To be like a fucking real ass criminal, and then just come out of jail and be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like if some people hear Rick Ross, they think, "Oh, Maybach music."
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be pissed. I'd
Oh,
be
he was
fucking pissed.
He tried to he tried to sue him, and it didn't work out.
Oh, he tried to just sue him. I thought he tried to fucking kill him.
No, he's like on the like cleaning his life up kind of deal.
Okay, he went on the good path.
He goes around and like speaks and he tells his story and stuff. And
That's sick. That's sick.
I mean,
I back that.
it's wild though. It's wild. But he did. The funny thing is he talked shit on Snowfall. He's like, "Fuck that show. That's a fairy tale." But
That's sick too.
I don't know how close it is to real life.
I mean,
but
they always gotta.
The show is
They
fucking
always gotta
good.
boost that shit up.
It's like it's basically like Breaking Bad, but crack.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I fucking follow Breaking Bad.
Oh, but the cool thing about it is that a lot of the soundtrack is like, you ever hear that song West Coast Pop Lock? It's the California.
Yeah. The original, the fucking disco one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so fucking good.
I made a Pandora station based on that song, and it's fucking
fire,
rad.
right?
It's just all these old funk, like all the stuff that everybody sampled from.
I love fucking that shit is sick. Cause like I'll play that shit at work in the morning. Cause like I'm not gonna listen to Tupac fucking in the AM.
That's hilarious.
But I'll listen to shit he sampled, like some fucking Barry White or like all the old shit.
cool.
Like hearing the Spotify has like a playlist that's like samples where it has like back to back like the rap song and then what they
that's
sampled.
pretty cool.
Where it's cool, but like if you just like make like a old like a funkadelic like fucking radio, something like that, you'll just find all this old shit where you're like, oh, that's where this hook is from, or Slave. That's like where all the fucking like.
What's that one?
Slave is like a funk band that they had the fucking. One of their songs was looking down the street, watching ladies go by, watching you. It's just gin and
Whoa.
juice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fucking all those songs. The song, the song that's No Vaseline sampled, and then Snoop Dogg also does Snoop-a-Fella, the Cinderella Snoop Dogg story.
Oh, I didn't
It's just
hear
like
it.
the like if you fucking heard No Vaseline, you know the beat. But that original song is like a disco song, and it's just like
That was when I was just in Oakland, and somebody was playing they were playing California Love, and I was like, man, I've just been on this deep dive of all these old songs, and I was telling the bartender, I was like, have you ever heard the original California Love? And he's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What's the original? And I was like, well, okay, so it's crazy, right? So like, basically, there's a version by Zapp and Roger, which is California Love almost as we know it, but without the Tupac and Dre verses. So basically, it's
And there's
it's
just
that
some more
bum ba-dum,
verses.
bum 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 bum. So that bum ba-dum, bum bum bum, that comes from an old that comes from an old rock and roll song. I'm blanking on now who it was. Like I wanted to say it's like Roger Miller, but I might be wrong. Who is it? Fuck. Anyways, comes from an old rock and
fucking
roll song.
that part's from. A
But
rap
then then that whole California,
song. The
knows
little
how to
upbeats, like the.
party.
It's got the little funky fucking guitar riffs.
dude, it's
Yeah.
but that whole heavy the earlier funk version doesn't have that heavy
No,
bum,
the
ba-dum, and then they
bass
add
line.
that, and then the Snoop and Dre version now that everybody knows is like basically just the same as the Zapp and Roger version.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's pretty cool. I love listening to all that old stuff and just like you said, like you just hear those samples and like where they came from. And you're like, oh my god! Like even that that part on Doggy Style where it's like something something W balls. You know that part where
The
it's
radio
like,
part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that comes from that
DJ Easy Dick.
Yeah. even that part comes from another old funk song where like everybody's something 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 under the sun.
Oh, under the sun. That's a fucking funkadelic song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the songs are. I'm
Yeah,
just like listening to
Funkadelic's
them and I'm
sick.
like, dude.
Even there's a few songs on that recent Childish Gambino one. Fucking like the one with the like glow in the dark face or whatever. What the fuck was it called?
I never listened to him actually.
What really? Oh, it's
No.
like all like old school like singing more.
No. I'm sorry. I was thinking of
Well,
somebody else. I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did listen to him.
So
a little
there's
bit.
one song on there that's straight up like the same riff as like I think it's Boogeyman. It's like the same riff as fucking Funkadelic. It's like but it's like singing rather than a guitar, and it's like whoa. I feel like a lot of Funkadelic vibes went into that record.
That's wild.
But yeah, Funkadelic that's a good one. Fucking Parliament, Funkadelic.
They just
and
came
he
out
sh-
here not too long ago.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? I missed it.
They played it.
I saw
didn't
Average
go
White
either.
Man. Average White Band played at the Blue Note. In fucking sanity. Just a
The Blue
trumpet
Note's
section
such a
that's
sick
just like
place to see bands.
yeah,
dude,
because it's
so
like
intimate.
dude, Diggable Planets came out and I fucking didn't go.
I don't go to much.
I mean, it's hard at the Blue Note because it's like
Sells out fast or
well, it's like upscale-ish, you know.
yeah.
So it's like the ticket itself is going to be kind of expensive. Maybe like $70, $60,
Yeah.
depending on the band. And then when you get there, it's a
2-drink
like
minimum or something.
it's like a $20 minimum, but their drinks are like $15. So you're like,
oh,
you motherfucker.
That's hilarious.
You're like, all right, okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
fucking doing here.
Because even when it seems like, oh, okay, it's not okay. Yeah, it's tickets this much, 2 drink minimum. That's
Yeah.
not so bad. And then you
A night there is gonna be
like
like $130, $140.
Yeah.
Probably $120, depending if you're by your fucking self or with a significant other
Oh, boy.
or a party.
yeah.
You know, and it's like, but they have fucking good bands that play there. Like,
I've only seen comedy there.
oh really?
Yeah, I saw
Who?
Tom Green.
Oh shit.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I saw Hannibal Buress. That was great.
Fucking love Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, it was. And both times got super good seats, like right up front. It was
Nice.
rad. Because it's just kind of like that, like show up early and get a
Yeah.
seat kind of deal. I wonder what it would be like to see a band there, though. I think the Squirrel Nut Zippers played there. I missed it, but
I've never heard of a Squirrel Nut Zippers.
they're it's like what do you call it? I don't even know what. It's like
It
old
sounds
school
like squirrels zipping their nuts. in,
Americana-ish, like kind of like Devil Makes Three. You ever hear of them? It's just like
Sorry.
like folky,
Oh, more.
but like old
It's-
school swing, like without horns.
Like a more of like a rockabilly, like Stray Cats kind of thing.
Kind of on that vibe a little bit, but not rockabilly. Like folky
more-
and
okay.
swingy and anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just a band I used to listen to a bunch back in the day, and I heard they were coming. But you know what's weird? I never hear about shows that are going to be at the Blue Note until it's too late almost.
Yeah, I hear it the night of, or I see like kind of Lou posting on his story.
Yeah,
And
his
I'm
dad
like,
plays there a lot, right?
You motherfucker! What? And he's going to sing Parliament.
Yeah, why don't they? I wonder why
I
they
don't
don't
know.
advertise a little bit better.
It's
Maybe
different.
they don't need to.
I mean, it's different from the because like I feel like they don't have like big social media like type of because like Republic, I see ads for that shit all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess you just gotta follow. Like, I guess if you followed the Blue Note, then you would see it.
Yeah,
I guess that
But-
would be the way. Maybe I should start doing
it's a
that.
tricky place too because it's Waikiki,
Yeah, I don't really like going out too much in Waikiki, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's just I was out last night in Waikiki. It wasn't bad. Like, went to Yard House, had a couple drinks, went to Roy's for dinner.
Dude, I don't know why I laugh every time I hear Yard House. I worked there for a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was the fucking baker in in the morning.
You hated it?
Well, I was fucking still working Zoomies, and like I had to get there fucking. This was like maybe 3 years back, 3 years. I had to get there at fucking 7 to clock in, but like parking on Waikiki, obviously that's not gonna fucking work. So I'd have to get there into town at like 6 and then walk over.
Damn.
And then
Yeah.
I would just like prep all the fucking fruit that goes on the glasses, like
Mhm.
cook all the fucking like pastries, and like it'd be like 7 to 5 sometimes, and I was like, dude, this is gnarly, because like I'm just gonna go straight to fucking 5 to close over there.
Oof.
But then right after that, I picked up Starbucks and was doing the same thing. I was working 3 a.m. to like 10.
You
and
start
then,
at 3 a.m.?
Yeah. How fucking dumb is that? Because people get up in the morning for work that early. Yeah, I would open Starbucks by my house at like 3:30, clock out at like 10:30, go over 12 to 8, and then do the same thing the next day. And
Oh
like
my
I did
God.
that for like a couple months, and then I was like, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop, and I quit Starbucks and just
That's
just
rough.
one.
Where I
But
kind of I
fucking
did like working.
Yard House is sick.
I like working with coffee. I worked with coffee for quite a while, and that's why I felt like later on it was easy to bartend, because it was like building drinks is building drinks.
Mhm.
You know. I don't know what it's like at Starbucks.
I mean, it's kind of surprising. Like when people are like, "Yeah, can I get 6 pumps rather than whatever is?"
Oh man.
And
that
then
whole
like you're
thing.
fucking like behind the counter, you're pumping it, and then like half the cup is fucking chocolate, and I'm like, "Are you sure, dude? Like this is fucked up.
That's hilarious.
This is gross. Like any pumpkin spice latte, dude.
Oh, those PSLs.
This much is orange, goddamn whatever the fuck."
Really?
Yeah, if you're getting grande, dude, half the fucking cup is like, yo, it's fucked. It's ew.
Damn.
That's what's making you guys fucking tubby. If
Yeah,
you're listening out
no
there
doubt.
drinking Starbucks.
So, have you been, aside from the Limp Bizkit thing, have you been playing any other music really? I mean, you wrote all those.
No.
You wrote a bunch of songs when we
I
were doing
wrote
that.
some.
Yeah,
and then
I
it
even
just-
I only wrote some as well.
yeah. Did you stop doing it?
But yes and no. I mean, I stopped
Because once
recording
you went
them.
on a trip to Japan, and then Derek also left on a trip, and then like, I don't know. I feel like after that, it kind of like got funky.
Kind of slowed down a little
and then
bit.
it slowed down, and then I got busy and was like, fuck, like I had like 2 more, but yeah,
You doing anything with them? Or are you jamming with
No.
anybody else?
I fucking started actually making beats and like trying to write shit. Like actually,
Sick.
I have like 3 solid beats.
How do you go about making them?
Well, I'm still learning,
Yeah.
but I have Logic Pro, and fucking I like just kind of got down because I have the MIDI controller and shit
Okay.
with the beat pad, and I kind of learned the basics of like assigning shit. Now I just have to learn to download like the right sounds. But I have I have a pretty good one I made from like sampling. Like I started sampling shit, like finding a song that's just like trippy piano shit, and then like making a type of like Mac Miller type of like Earl Sweatshirt type of like weird dark thing, and like it's pretty sick. And I just have to write the lyrics, and I should have. I'm trying to just make something small,
Yeah.
my own shit. Just
That sounds cool.
Just to fucking because like I haven't been playing music,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
You could always play the bass yourself, right? Maybe, or
Yeah, but I
Or is that,
actually
like, a
haven't
different-
touched that in a while.
really?
Mm-hmm. But I've been I can plug it into the computer too, and just like, dude, that's how I was doing those songs with some of the layers for the 12 songs thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear that last one?
the hip hop one?
I don't know, kind of. Well, there was the Chinatown one, but then there was one after.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like the final one I ever did. But that song was originally like, it started with me writing like a rat spoof,
Oh, nice.
but then I kind of just turned into something else.
Oh, I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out.
It's pretty weird, but it's funny.
It's just I did that just as a way for me to kind of help with whatever my next musical project is gonna be, and kind of like just to push myself. And then if other people are doing it, maybe I'll stay more accountable to it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was sick. I like wrote fucking random riffs. Like I just
Yeah.
sat there some days and was like, oh, you
here's
know,
something. I don't know.
wasn't shit I was doing before, so it was like fucking cool.
Yeah, just something to do. I don't know. But yeah, me and John have been working a bit, and like a bunch of those songs that I wrote
Mhm.
would work out for like a future project for me, and if me and John are gonna do like kind of like just like a rock and roll kind of style band. But
Yeah, it's like more
Um,
like pop punky kind of like sing like.
kind of ish. It's hard to say. I
Mm.
think we need to just get together
lay down the fucking like.
Yeah, like once
basics
the
first.
Newfound Glory thing is done and we do that cover show, I'm thinking we might get in there and maybe actually go for like try and do like a once a week, and
Just kind of lay something down.
I think the idea was me and him get together and just kind of record it all, and like he'll play guitar and I'll play drums, or I'll play guitar and he'll play drums, and just to get it done, and then
Just
one of
like
us
an
will put some
outline
bass
of
on
fucking
it
some
and just
shit,
be like,
yeah.
okay, that's how the song kind of basically sounds, or maybe that's totally how we want the song to sound, and then like introduce other members, but at the same time being like, here's the song, you can change your parts if you want to. I think we'll see. I think we have enough material to start up that process at any time, but it's just that whole thing of like adding a new thing to your weekly routine of things.
Yeah, actually just going and fucking doing it.
Yeah, it's like book it, because the cover band things are easy because you can just
Well, you
like,
got a deadline.
yeah,
It's like, oh,
And then
we
it's
said we'd
over.
do it.
yeah,
Okay, don't be a bitch.
you got
know
a
what I mean?
deadline,
So,
and
like,
also like,
crack down.
yeah, once it's done, you're like, okay, cool, that was just a little fun thing to do, but nothing too serious. But I feel like when you actually do a band, for some reason there's just like a little bit more weight to it, where it's like, oh man, okay, yeah, I actually got to do this thing. But also, I'm always doing more stuff than
Yeah.
I probably should. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe not should, but like I'm just loading up my schedule, and then I kind of get exhausted, and then whenever anything falls through, it's like, oh, this thing, oh, I can't
Well-
make it today, and I'm like, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like sick. Fuck yeah, I need a break.
But
Where yeah, it's yeah.
I don't know. I almost need to like obligate myself to do things, and then, especially if it relies on, or if somebody else is relying on me, or if I'm relying on somebody else to show up, and I'm like
Yeah.
this, like booking this with you.
If it's
like,
with a different person, I feel more responsibility towards it. But if it's just some personal shit where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna paint this thing, I'm never gonna fucking paint that thing.
oh my god, I have
You know
a
what I mean?
box. I have a box.
I've
full
been
of
like, I'm gonna
paintings
I'm
that
gonna
I need to
hang these decks. I have fucking 8 decks stacked under my bed
Yep,
for years.
dude.
It's not gonna happen.
Same
But
here.
if someone is there, like, oh, I don't want to let them down. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I need to figure out a way that,
I need to learn to care about my needs.
yeah. I gotta figure out a way to get these paintings up on the wall. That's for sure. I gotta, like, this room should not be just blank walls. It's like I have enough paintings
To
in this
hang up.
box that I could cover this room in paintings, and like,
Are you allowed to fucking drill shit in?
so this is just like
It's drywall.
like you can just throw a nail in here, and that's easy. In those cinder blocks, then
Yeah,
you
but is that okay? You're just gonna bust
just
a hole in
patch
here?
it up later.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's not too.
It does look like a
like
fucking,
nothing too heavy. I mean, like this thing, it's
Yeah.
anything that's not too heavy that can be held up just by nails.
by like a right little.
Yeah, like this thing is just held up by like one little nail.
Oh.
And it's fine.
Sometimes that's how life is. It's held up by one little nail.
Oh man, yeah. It's just I just need to do a day of putting that stuff up. But
Yeah.
whatever.
But wait, fucking, I wanted to talk about it. You went to Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? You went and saw Evan.
We hung
was
out.
that
We hung
before?
out for one night.
Oh, okay.
So I went up for my grandma's 80th birthday,
Uh huh.
and actually my dad used to live in Oakland. He
Okay.
just recently moved to San Leandro. Which
Yeah,
was
I
just
met your
like-
dad when we went to San
Oh
Francisco.
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gave me your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool. He's awesome. So they just moved to San Leandro. So I was staying in San Leandro, but it's just a stone's throw away. So I think it was the first night I was there. Hit up Evan, and it seemed like a little like up in the air, like maybe we could hang out. I don't know what he was going to be doing. He was like,
Yeah.
girlfriend's working, but I'm off. And I was like, okay, well, this is where I'm at. I'm going to go to dinner with my parents, and then whatever. And he's like, I was like, do you want to come meet us for dinner or just drinks or something? He's like, yeah. He's like, if you're going to be there.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'll see you there. Cool. So he shows up, and we just kind of like, we had already eaten, and he's like, yeah, I already ate too. We just had a couple drinks, and then he's like, well, what are we gonna do? I mean, he came not all this way, but it took him about an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
Travel time.
It's different fucking from here.
Yeah, big time. So I was like, well, I can get us A's tickets like pretty easily and cheap on StubHub. Like I think they had tickets from like $10 or $14.
Yeah, you guys went to a baseball game.
Yeah, I always like to go to a baseball
Why?
game.
Oh, I've never been to one, so I can't.
You would go if we were there, and I was like,
yeah,
yo,
well, yeah,
look, I'll
of
buy
course,
you a
of course.
$14 ticket.
Of course. Oh, a $14 ticket? I would buy that too. I'm talking. I would never fucking buy a baseball ticket unless it was cheap like that.
But like,
and I
an
guess if we're
expensive
just
one.
cruising in the fucking nosebleeds.
The thing, no, we had good ass seats, man.
Oh,
We
yeah?
were like 17th row, right between
Oh, what?
home and third base.
It's not bad. You can
And-
still get fucked up by a foul ball.
Yeah, totally, totally. So check this out. That day that we went to that game, it was the most amount of home runs that ever left
Okay.
the Oakland
I thought you were gonna
Coliseum.
say someone died.
Oh no, somebody got cranked at
Dude,
the foul.
yeah, I was like, no, that shit's sad.
More home runs got hit that day from that stadium than ever before.
See, that'd be a fucking
That was
sick game
fun.
to see. Yeah,
That was fun.
because like
Just-
it's like those games where
you
it's
never
like,
know.
oh, you go all fucking 9 innings. Oh, it was a no hitter.
Yeah, nobody scored at all.
Oh, I ate 2 bags of sunflower seeds and fucking 8 hot dogs.
Dude. But it was.
I've
so,
never been to a fucking baseball game,
was-
but I assume that's.
It's fun. Yeah. You have some hot dogs. You have some. We had some peanuts, and then we get a. So the game's over. A's won. Awesome. And Evan's like, "What are we gonna do next?" And I was like, "There's this little bar in San Leandro we can go to,
Yeah.
like right by my dad's place." He's like, "Cool, let's go." So we start walking out, and I'm like, I jokingly see like a plate of like untouched chicken fingers, and I was like, "Damn, Evan, look at that dinner
he
right
fucking
there."
ate it.
Of course he did. He
Yeah,
just
okay.
grabs.
I knew.
He just
yeah,
grabs it.
The most
And
fucking
I was like,
Evan thing to do.
Yeah,
is to
and I was
just-
like, "That's
before
fucking
you
hilarious."
finish your sentence, he's doing it.
Yep. And then we're like walking out, and the next thing you know, he's like right behind me, and he taps me, and he's got a tall boy in his hand that he picked, and I was like, "Dude, I'm not drinking."
Dude, we were watching
half-
some random video, and like a guy like, they was like at a house party, and the guy like fucking like, and he runs and jumps out the fucking window, like shatters the glass and
Oh,
everything.
God.
And Evan goes, I've done that before.
And he probably really has.
Yeah, I fucking believed him. Of course he has. I feel like he gets
He's a
wild.
wild man.
Yeah.
But
Dude.
how was yours? How was yours when you went to Oakland? Because you just went, right?
Well, Oakland was a gamble.
Yeah.
Well, because we stayed in San Francisco technically.
Oh, okay.
That's where a hotel was.
So that
But the
could be
last
anything
2
from,
days
like,
we
10
played
minutes
Oakland
to-
by the airport. The first night was a fucking disaster.
Was
It
that
was-
the makeout room?
No,
Or something
no,
like
no, no. That was like the first, I guess, day we had all been there. But like when me and Joe got in, we got in at midnight, and our plan was to just rent a car. And I don't know, dude, we didn't.
You didn't really have a plan.
Well, it was like
I was watching this whole thing be formed, and I was like, "This is gonna be a disaster."
John was supposed to pick us up with his friend. We call him when he lands, doesn't fucking answer.
Oh,
Call him 6
God.
times, each of
Oh,
us, no
God.
answer. We're like, all right, are we gonna goddamn Tom Hanks terminal this shit and just stay in the fucking airport and just live here at Oakland for a night? When we're like, no, fuck it, we're gonna rent a car. We go to the fucking Hertz, like we're like, where's the only place open? They're like, fucking, oh, we fucking got only Hertz is open. They close in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We get there and the lady's like, you got an appointment? We're like,
Ooh.
no. She's like, well, we only take appointments this late. We're like, are you serious? Like, we're fucked. Like, is there anything you can do? She's like, come here. Fucking, she comes. She's like, all right, come here. And then Joe pulls out his card. She's like, was this debit or credit? He's like, it's a debit. And she's like, nope, Uber. And just walks away and fucking closes the door. And we're in Oakland Airport, just like, what's
Oh.
going on? We go back.
Had either of you ever been there at all?
No. No. I've never been to California. Like, I was only...
And you don't have a place to stay.
No. We were supposed to play at John's friend's house.
Oh my god.
And then if we rented a car, we were going to do the dumb idea of just staying in a car. But we would have probably fucking got capped. For real.
I don't know.
Depending
Depends
where
you
we
go.
were. Yeah. But we went to Jack in the Box. And like, you know, and we end up calling Evan. And he like just got home with Amanda.
Yeah.
And fucking like was like, oh, John's not gonna pick you up, like blah blah. And he's like, let me see what's good. Hangs up, calls us back. He's like, we got you. We're like,
Nice.
fucking hero, dude.
Nice.
And then they let us crash at that place. We stop at
Oh,
Jack
that's
in the
sick.
Box, and
That's
like
sick.
like the sketchy guy comes up while we're in the drive-thru. Like I'm already like, this place is fucking whack.
Where he lives is in the hood, huh?
Yeah.
My dad used to live right by there.
So we're getting closer to her house. There's more and more graffiti, more and more graffiti, and then like.
But the
as-
houses are nice though, right?
Yeah,
In that
I mean,
area?
it was cold as fuck when we got there, but like, I mean, it's late, but fucking, they were nice. Like it was sick, but like
if you look at them, you're like, these used to be
as we were
really nice
parking,
houses.
man, it was like, yeah, just the other week, fucking.
Her window got shot
no.
out.
Oh, what? I didn't even hear that story. This one was fucking. The neighbor got their house swatted because they found a head. They found a head in the yard. Turns out a dog brought it from a body a long ways away. But yeah, they brought it here,
Whoa.
and I was still like, I don't want to. What? I'm gonna go to sleep
Dog
now.
Brought a head over. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then the first day we like wake up and like for some reason all that shit's gone in my head. And the first thing I wake up, I'm like, dispensary. Where's the closest
Oh,
one? It's
yeah.
legal here.
Yeah,
So
for
let's
sure.
go. So I'm like, me and Joe, we're up because like Evan's still fucking sleeping. Amanda went to work. We're like, let's just walk there. And I dressed like how I dress,
Yeah.
you know. And halfway there, Joe's like freaking out, and Joe's fucking a foot taller than me, you know.
Oh boy.
And he's like, yo, this is fucking, you know? And I'm like, nah.
But-
I'm like, so like, nah, don't fucking trip. It's noon. Like, I'm so chillaxed. And then halfway to the dispensary, I like took my watch off, took my rings off, took my chains off, pocketed all that shit. People were scoping us out.
Dude.
And he was like, look around. It's fucking broad daylight. No one's outside. And I was just like, weed. We get there and fucking come back smoking like, and then he's just like, fuck this, let's go to fucking San Francisco and meet up with John, hopefully, which still was a fucking task.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, walking around with my buddy was just telling me a story where he was walking around in South America, which is definitely a different
Yeah, that's a different
beast for sure. But he's like, dude, he's this huge English dude.
yeah.
Like buff, huge, tall, and he's like, I wasn't sketched out at all. He's like, if you're gonna be in a neighborhood like that, he's like, slippers, shorts, tank top, no watch, no jewelry,
Yeah,
no
just-
glasses, like, and then he was
Yeah.
like, that's what's up. He's like, you gotta, yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
you're
like,
just gonna blend it.
but Oakland's not as gnarly, but parts
No.
for sure. That's
a different, because you can't even fucking speak the same language.
Yeah, I wasn't super into
Depending.
walking around that neighborhood all that much.
No, we got out of there quick. And then the fucking lift we took out of there, that guy was the most racist motherfucker I've ever, like, encountered in my
Oh
life.
god.
In, like, the funniest way possible. He was, like, this Middle Eastern dude that, like, moved here for school, but he was Middle Eastern and lived in and he was raised in the UK. So, like, he had a Middle Eastern accent, but certain words, he had an English accent. It was confusing the
Whoa.
fuck out of me because I was so high.
Yeah.
But we got in the back, and then he's just, like, kind of quiet at first, and he's driving us out, and he's like, oh, you live around here? We're like, no, we're just visiting. We're trying to get out of here. And he's like, oh, really? Yeah, fuck this place. And we're like, whoa!
Eek.
And he's like, yeah, and just starts going off, and we're like, yo, whoa,
Oh, boy.
and just saying, like, shit I don't even want to repeat.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't, like, blatant, like, super racial slurs, but it was, like, crude little under, like,
Oh,
what the fuck?
jeez.
Ooh, that's fucking nasty, dude. I mean, we were laughing the whole time, but at the same time, we were like,
Laughing
what are the
'cause you're
chances?
uncomfortable.
What are the chances we got this guy?
Jeez.
40-minute ride of just a fucking... And he kept saying, I'm not racist, I'm not racist.
Oh god.
People always rate me 3 stars because they think I'm... He's like, please don't give me...
Whoa.
And Joe's like, nah, 5 stars for sure, bro.
Dude. What a nut.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then once we were in San Francisco, like, we got out, and I was like, yo, this is a weird or different vibe.
Yeah.
Already.
for
I was like,
sure.
I feel like, actually, all right.
What do you know what neighborhood you were in?
we were by the piers.
Okay.
on the
yeah.
ends.
Yeah, that's mellow.
It was, like, chill. It
And
was
then you
super
played a show
tiny.
down there.
We played at the Makeout Room. We were supposed to play, like, fucking 3 shows and, like, have a tour.
Yeah.
2 of them fucking fell apart.
Uh,
Just miscommunications and, like, fucking us being stupid. But Yeah, it was basically a glorified hangout, but it was sick. Played that one show, it was sick as fuck. I fucked up the most. Got on stage for Yonkers,
Yeah.
blanked. Gone.
Oh my god, that's
Just
the
like
worst.
did some random like motherfucking nod. I was like, and then like was like, all right,
Damn.
you know. And it was still like people backed it kind of, but it was like, it, you know, I fucking
Sometimes you just need.
hate that shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
I was like,
And especially when you're
fuck.
thinking super hard, like what's the first
I was
word?
so fucked
That's
up.
all you need is the first word. Like,
Yeah.
What's the first word? What's the
I
first
literally
word?
couldn't think of the one word, and I was like, well, it's gone. It's fucked. Bye. Later. I'm fucked up.
I've been
I
in that
gave up.
situation
Sucks.
so many times, and I feel like a lot of the times it's worked out, but there's been a few times where it just I don't know what it is. I don't know what the word is.
And then you don't
I
know the
what
next
word
one,
is.
and then the next one, and the line, because rap's different. It's like the lines have to
Oh,
fucking go together.
yeah, yeah.
It's hard to pick up at a random spot.
Oh, totally.
Unless
Super
the song's
hard.
already fucking playing.
But yeah, like I just yeah, like songs, my own songs. Like I'm thinking, I'm in my head, like it's time to start singing in 2 more bars, and I don't know what the words are.
Yeah.
And sometimes like it just comes out. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, I remember.
But it's not even like, because I think it's a different part of your brain. Like it's not, it's a muscle memory. It's not actual, like, it's not something that
Yeah.
you can draw on and be like, it goes like this. Like if anybody was like, what's the third line of that one song? I'd be like, I have no idea, but I could play the whole song.
But you know how it maybe the voice sounds like it'd be like like you know how the
Maybe.
vocals go, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
that's what it is, and it's just like more of like
It's weird.
It's different. It's
'Cause
fucking weird for certain songs.
I was trying to play my buddy a song the other day. I was like, oh, here's a song we might be able to use, and I was like, damn, I can't think of. I was like, I can't remember the lyrics, and I was like, I just learned the song, and then I was like, let me think, what's the very first line? And I was like, oh, okay, and then I played the whole song, and he's like, you just knowing the first line, and then you remembered the whole song, and I'm like, yep, that's how it works.
Yeah, sometimes that is how it works.
That's totally like it. All it takes is that little, like,
It's-
lighten that fuse, and then it's like, boom, there's the whole thing. But without that first line, nope.
Yeah, it's completely different. You
That's
need
funny.
that first line just to trigger the whole thing off.
It's it's such a trip. I don't know. Well, shit, man.
Dude, fucking. Oh, okay. We were talking about New Found Glory there. Before we started, I was talking about fucking, dude, Campfire.
Oh, you remember that?
I went to a Campfire show when you played with Youth Brigade.
Damn.
I went to that show.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't even remember. I think
And
that was
bought-
Youth
I bought
Brigade
the CD, I
and
bought the CD and everything. I had Campfire CD.
Campfire.
Yeah.
That was. You know what's funny is, there's a Rat song on that Campfire CD. It's
Yeah.
So the song "Drowning"
Uh huh.
is a song that Rats would play, but it was originally a Campfire,
Campfire song?
So that's on there.
Huh.
It's a little bit different. Man, I haven't listened to that band. I thought about that band in such a long
That's
time.
crazy.
Actually, one of the songs I did was I was just kind of like not feeling anything, and
Mhm.
when I was trying to do that 12-song thing, and one of them was just like I just played a Campfire song, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna say like this is part of that challenge, but I'm just feeling like I want to throw something up because I've
Yeah.
been trying to just
And
get
it's just like an old
get
thing.
songs out, but yeah, that was fun. Like I remember I played that and I was like, ooh, I like playing this song still. I don't know, that was a fun band.
Yeah, it was sick. I remember that show. That
It was all over the place.
It was,
I
but
felt like that
was
the band.
that was that Hawaiian Brian's
Yeah.
before they renovated, right? They had like
yeah,
this
it
weird.
was in like the different. It was a little bit further down.
Mhm.
It was
It
I think it was
a little bit different.
There was maybe another band that played and us and
Was
then
it
Youth Brigade
Bouncing,
and
Bouncing Souls? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That was so sick.
Those shows
that was
were
a sick show.
They were cool, but they were really weird.
Yeah,
I feel like
I could get that vibe. I don't know.
just because like you're basically in a room.
Because
that
what the
was-
Bouncing Souls were all straight edge and shit.
No, no,
right?
no,
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, okay.
I actually played what? I didn't play a show. I went to a Bouncing Souls show when I was in England, and I was on tour, and then our tour ended,
Uh huh.
and the singer of my band knew the Bouncing Souls guys, and so
Oh,
we
okay.
ended up going and going to that show. But that's what it was. The band that we were on tour with previously
Mhm.
was this band called Black President, and they're super rad. And it's the singer from that band was in the Dee Ramone band, and the drummer was in a bunch of old punk bands. He was in like this band called RKL, and he was in Lagwagon, and he was in Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, that cover band. You ever hear them?
I've heard them.
Yeah.
I have heard them.
Yeah, so it was really cool we were on tour with this
Yeah.
band, but they were like a small band, but a bunch of dudes who had been in other things, and they were really and the other guitar player was from Goldfinger.
Oh, sick. Random. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
but they were like this heavy, punky, rock and roll style band that was really cool. And
Yeah.
then we ended up. So those are the times. But I guess that was the point. Is that no, Bouncing Souls was not straight edge by any means. Because we ended up hanging out with them, and it was a hell of a night.
I just remember fucking buying because I bought a Bouncing Souls shirt, and it was like, drink coffee, break shit. I was like, or drink coffee and destroy. I was like, oh, how come it's like coffee? And I guess
Yeah.
I just plugged that to, I like tied that like, oh, they must be straight edge. But I don't know. I feel like even straight edge people don't drink fucking coffee, right?
Some do, some
Because
don't.
caffeine is.
I was straight edge. I always drink coffee.
Yeah, it's
Fuck yeah.
weird. It's tricky. Cause like, what are you, straight edge or Mormon?
Me?
No, like
I
at
was-
that
I
point,
was-
if you're
well,
not,
I was
I know
raised-
you.
I was raised Mormon.
No,
You know that?
what?
Did you know that?
No.
Yep.
Wait, what?
I went to
Dude,
church every
I wanna
single
know.
day.
So do you know like what the religion's about and shit?
Of course.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I don't know.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, but like that shit. What year was that supposed to have happened? Like-
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know the year.
Like it's more recent, right?
Oh, it's
like,
super
yeah,
recent.
it's like, dude, it's
super
like
recent.
really weird. I don't.
Okay, if you want to know the real quick version of what Mormon is like basically like Jesus is crucified, right?
Uh-huh.
For 3 days he goes into a tomb, and then he wakes back up. He's back to life.
Yeah.
3 days later. So in those 3 days, what happened? Well, the Mormons say that in those 3 days Jesus came to America, like he just like transported, like just like fucking beamed me up to America, came over to America,
Okay.
and he was like, "What's up?" Basically, like Native American Indians, kind of. What's up?
How?
I'm Jesus, and like you guys can be Christian now or whatever. But like really though, like what I don't understand is if he came over to tell them what's up,
Why'd he
How
go
come-
back?
he had to go back to tell everybody else like
Oh.
I'm alive now and like I'm the son of God.
And that's the only two places he thought to go.
Well, maybe.
See, that's the-
See, this is what the Mormons say. They're saying, you know, this. I don't know if you know the story of Lono with Hawaii, how he was like this white god, apparently.
Oh.
And
And then they thought Captain Cook was him, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so I heard some like local Mormons when I was going
Uh-huh.
to church here. They were like, oh yeah, maybe like that Lono story. Maybe Jesus came to Hawaii too.
Oh.
So maybe he was going all over the place. But the whole
And they just killed
the
Jesus
Mormon
here, too.
the Mormon religion believes that there were these two basically like these two groups of Native Americans. They were called the Nephites. They followed this guy named Nephi,
Mhm.
and then the Lamanites. They followed this guy named Laman, and the Lamanites were the bad guys. The Nephites were the good guys. Nephi and Laman were brothers, and because the Lamanites were bad, God turned their skin dark.
Oh. Okay.
That's crazy as fuck. So they literally believe that
See, there's
dark
just-
skin is
yeah,
bad
there's
and
just random
light
fucking,
skin
like-
is good. Like, come on, that's crazy.
There's just random like little bits of it that I'm like, why?
Oh,
Why
it's-
is that
it gets-
in there?
So
you know?
yeah, and then like Joseph Smith was this kid who was like, what's the real religion? And
Uh-huh.
he prayed about it, and then God was like, there is no good religion. You need to create it. And so he's like, okay, well, how do I do that? And he goes, go up into this mountain, and there's this set of it's like a different version of not a different version of the Bible, but like extra books
Mm.
that never made it into the Bible. Go find those, translate those. Those are going to be called the Book of Mormon, and then you can start this church.
Oh.
it's.
Huh.
I mean, it's interesting at least. But I mean, as a
but it's
kid, I
like,
was just fully just. I was going to church every single Sunday, and
Yeah.
then in high school, finally, I finally was like, I don't know about all this, but especially when it came to like, they were like, gay people are evil. Like I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like-
they wouldn't allow black people to have what they call the priesthood, until like
Oh.
the 70s.
Yeah, it's like they're adjusting their shit to the fucking
Mhm.
government.
I think they
You
let
know,
them.
it's like,
I
I
think
don't
they
know,
might let
it's-
them have coffee now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. One of my teachers in high school was Mormon. She never drank coffee, but
Because they had the
I don't
coffee
know.
thing is the word of wisdom, so it's no cigarettes, no alcohol, no coffee.
coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, coffee.
They're just like, nope. No fucking coffee, dude.
Anyways, we can wrap this up on that.
I like it.
Right on, man. Thanks for coming over.
Fuck yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. My empty can.
Yeah.